My name is Abby Vitus, and my informative speech is on breast cancer awareness, and this is my audience. How many of you could consider yourselves informed experts on the topic of breast cancer? Today, I would like to take the time to inform you all on risk factors, diagnostic tests, and treatment options for breast cancer. Breast cancer education is dear to my heart because of my sorority, Zeta Tau Alpha. The Zetas on campus have raised over $150,000 for breast cancer education, and we also work closely with Joni Abdu Breast Cancer Center. Through our joint efforts, we have brought ease to those women that have been diagnosed with breast cancer. Knowledge about breast cancer stems from the learning of risk factors, diagnostic tests, and treatment options. Understanding breast cancer begins with exploring the risk factors that may increase the chances of development. First, breast cancer is a very serious issue and where the cause is unknown, but certain risk factors do increase the chance of development. There are a variety of risk factors that you cannot change and could develop breast cancer because of them. This is included, and that would be gender. Women do have a higher chance of developing breast cancer, but it is not unlikely for men to develop breast cancer as well. Aging. As you age, the chances of getting diagnosed with breast cancer also increase. Genetic factors. There are two genes that are known to cause breast cancer, and that would be the BRCA1 and the BRCA2 genes. And if you are diagnosed for positive for either one of those genes, that does mean that you could develop breast cancer. There's also family history, and that means if someone in your family has been diagnosed with breast cancer, that does mean that you do have a higher risk to be diagnosed as well. Personal history, and that just means that if you have had trouble with abnormal tissue in the past, that does mean that you could have a higher chance to have breast cancer as well. There's also race and ethnicity, and white men are more likely to develop breast cancer, but African American women are more likely to die because of breast cancer because they do not receive their yearly mammogram after the age of 40. The last two factors are dense breast tissue and previous chest radiation, and that just means that the more you are exposed to radiation, that the higher your chance of developing breast cancer is. Next, there are a variety of risk factors that can be modified by lifestyle changes that could decrease your chances of breast cancer, and that includes having children. Women who have had children are less likely to develop breast cancer than those who have not had children. There's also birth control. If you have taken birth control for a very long time, that does increase your risk of developing breast cancer. There's breastfeeding. There has been studies, and women that do not breastfeed their children are more likely to develop breast cancer than those that have breastfed their children. The more you drink alcohol, the higher the chance of developing breast cancer is. And lastly, there is a link between being overweight or obese and developing breast cancer. Also, there are factors that have no effect on the development of breast cancer, but they're actually myths that people just assume that they cause breast cancer when they really don't, and that includes caffeine, deodorant, and cell phones. There's a new trend that women put their cell phones in their sports bras kind of when they're working out, and they are conducting studies, but so far they have found no direct link of that causing breast cancer. Although many risk factors exist, health professionals have the newest technologies to detect breast cancer in the earliest stages. Technological advancements have made it easier to diagnose breast cancer in earlier stages and save more lives. To begin, all preventions begin with screening tests, and that includes yearly mammograms. It is the most effective way to detect breast cancer at the earliest stage, and all a mammogram is a low-dose X-ray that detects for abnormal tissue. If abnormal tissue is detected, then those women are sent for a diagnostic test. And like I said, it's only if there's suspects of breast cancer, and the doctors need to find out more to see if the tissue is benign, which means it doesn't really cause a problem, and malignant, which could be fatal. And a diagnostic test usually consists of a biopsy, which is just a needle that removes the tissue so they can look at it under a microscope. And finally, if the tissue is found to be abnormal and malignant, they would have monitoring tests. And all it does is monitor the cells to see if they grow anymore or at an abnormal rate. And it's also used when women have had breast cancer and they keep coming back, and it just checks for reoccurrence. Once breast cancer has been detected, treatment options need to be explored. Many treatment options for breast cancer exist, and it's explored according to the individual's wants and needs, as well as with the doctor. And usually the first line of attack is surgery, and there's 3 different kinds of surgery, and that would include a lumpectomy, which just means that they remove the abnormal tissue as well as only some normal tissue that surrounds the abnormal. And then they could also have a mastectomy, and they could have a single mastectomy or a double mastectomy, and that just means that they remove all of the breast tissue. And most women that have a mastectomy usually go under breast reconstruction immediately, which just means they reconstruct the breast tissue and sometimes give surgical implants. The next line of defense would be radiation therapy, and that means it's highly targeted and it's highly effective. And highly targeted means that when they give the radiation therapy, it only attacks the abnormal cells and not the normal cells around it. And the National Cancer Society says that radiation therapy can reduce the risk of reoccurrence of the abnormal tissues by 70%. And lastly, there's chemotherapy, which is just medicine to weaken the cells. The only bad part about chemotherapy is that it is systemic, which means that it doesn't just affect the abnormal tissue, it affects the whole body. And they use chemotherapy in the early stages of breast cancer as well as the late stages. In conclusion, being informed about breast cancer could potentially save your life. If we are not informed about breast cancer, we will put ourselves at risk for signs to go undetected and to be unaware of the options and treatments that are readily available. No one needs to suffer because of breast cancer. Become informed and take the initiative to save yourself now before it becomes too late. It all starts with a yearly mammogram. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned a little more about breast cancer.